It was a cold autumn afternoon in the small town of Maplewood. The air carried the scent of gasoline and motor oil as Jake Turner wiped his hands on a grease-stained rag. He had spent the entire day repairing old trucks and sedans in his humble auto shop, Turner's Garage. Business had been slow lately, and the bills were piling up. Still, Jake never turned anyone away, especially if they were in need. As he stepped outside for a breath of fresh air, he noticed a young boy standing near the entrance, clutching a small red toy car. The boy looked about 6 or 7 years old, his jacket slightly oversized, his cheeks rosy from the crisp air. His wide eyes were filled with hope and a touch of hesitation. "Hey there, kid," Jake said, crouching down to his level. "What can I do for you?" The boy hesitated before speaking. "Mister, can you fix my car?" Jake took the tiny toy in his hands. The wheels were misaligned, the hood was barely hanging on, and it looked like it had seen better days. He glanced at the boy, who stood there expectantly, his small hands curled into fists as if afraid Jake would say no. "Looks like she's been through a lot," Jake said with a smile. "But don't worry, I think I can fix her up." The boy's face lit up. "Really? My daddy gave it to me before he went away. I don't want it to be broken." Jake nodded solemnly. "Then I'll make sure it's as good as new." Taking the toy inside, Jake carefully worked on it, treating it with the same attention he gave to real cars. He tightened the wheels, fixed the hood, and even polished it until it shone. When he handed it back to the boy, the child's eyes sparkled with joy. "Wow! Thank you, mister," the boy said, beaming. "I don't have any money, but I can tell my dad you're really nice." Jake chuckled. "That's all the payment I need, kid. Just take good care of it." The boy gave him a quick hug before running off down the street. Jake watched him go, shaking his head with a smile before returning to his work, never thinking much of the encounter. Days passed, and Jake nearly forgot about the boy and his toy car, until a long, sleek limousine pulled up in front of Turner's garage. Jake frowned, wiping his hands on his rag as the back door opened. A well-dressed man in a tailored suit stepped out, his presence commanding yet warm. "Are you Jake Turner?" the man asked. "Yeah," Jake said cautiously. "How can I help you?" The man smiled. "My son, Daniel, told me about you. You fixed his toy car." Jake nodded slowly. "Yeah, the little guy was really attached to it. Wasn't much trouble." The man's expression softened. "I owe you." Jake blinked in surprise. "For fixing a toy?" The man chuckled. "Not just for that. You see, I've been away on military duty. My son hasn't had me around much. That car was his way of keeping me close. When you fixed it, you gave him hope. And you didn't ask for anything in return." Jake shifted uncomfortably. "It was just a small act of kindness." "To you, maybe," the man said. "But to my son, and to me, it meant the world." With that, he reached into his pocket and handed Jake an envelope. "Consider this a token of my appreciation." Jake opened it, his eyes widening as he saw a check, an amount that could save his struggling garage. He looked back up at the man in shock. "I can't accept this," Jake said. "Yes, you can," the man insisted. "Because the world needs more people like you. People who help, even when they don't have much to give." Jake swallowed the lump in his throat, then nodded slowly. "Thank you." The man extended his hand, and Jake shook it firmly. "No, Jake. Thank you." As the limo pulled away, Jake stood there for a long time, staring at the check in his hand. It wasn't about the money, it was about the reminder that even the smallest acts of kindness could have a ripple effect. Smiling to himself, he turned back to his garage, feeling lighter than he had in a long time. And from that day forward, Turner's Garage was more than just a repair shop, it was a place where kindness thrived, and small moments made a big difference. The story has been rewritten in English. Let me know if you need any further modifications.